Sing to my Jesus, oh, in my heart, I'm gonna sing to my Jesus, oh, in my heart, I'm gonna sing to my Jesus, oh, in my heart, I'm gonna sing to Jesus, oh,
from the heart of the South, from campuses rooted in history, comes a sound of faith, endurance, and hope. Join us for the 5th annual Evening of Spirituals, featuring the powerful choirs of Peabody Magnet High School, Alcorn State University, Grambling State University, Mississippi Valley State University, and the Southern University Dance Ensemble. These are songs that carried our people through struggle after struggle, melodies that shaped generation after generation. Come and experience the HBCU excellence at the Coughlin Saunders Performing Arts Center, February the 12th at 6 p.m. Scan the QR code to purchase your tickets today or call 318-445-8634. St. Matthew Baptist Church, 5th Annual Evening of Spirituals.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the UrbanCast Let's Talk show. I'm Jack. Tomorrow night, Central Louisiana is going to witness something powerful at the 5th Annual Evening of Spirituals. And tonight we have an incredible panel joining us. We are not only speaking with Charles Tucker, the event coordinator for this major production presented by St. Matthew's Baptist Church and Ministry, but we are also joined by several of the talented choir directors helping bring this vision back to life. To all of our guests, welcome to UrbanCast. And before we dive in, I would like to give each and every one of you guys the opportunity to talk about where you guys are coming from. You can go ahead and put them other alphabets of the schools up there and all that kind of good stuff. We greatly appreciate and welcome you guys here to the Let's Talk show tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Jack. I'd just like to say hello to everyone out there. And I'll just start with the directors and let them introduce themselves and what school they represent. And we'll start with Dr. Brandon Cash.
So, Brandon, we're not hearing you.
I think you're on. It doesn't show that he's on mute.
No, it's not showing you're on mute. He's left. Okay. Dr.
All right.
Harper? Hey, Dr. Harper.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can everybody hear me okay?
All right.
Okay. I'm Cordero Harper, and I'm the Director of Choral Activities at Grambling State University.
All right. Dr. Alexander, who's driving?
Hello. I'm about to park. But my name is Dr. Alana Alexander. I come from Alcorn State University, and I'm also Assistant Professor of Music and Director of Choral Activities.
All right. Well, Charles, when our other guests come back in, I'm sitting here looking at the thing. We'll just bring him right on back into the show here tonight. This is Charles, if you don't mind going ahead and telling us what we're here talking about. We have tomorrow is going to be the big event. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So tomorrow night's event is called an Evening of Spirituals, and this will be the fifth year that we've had this event. And it started out with just the best choir, the Alcorn State University choir that was in 2018. We had Alcorn State, and then we did it 2 years in a row. We had Alcorn State concert choir, and then we had the Alcorn State Men Chorale. And someone at my church at St. Matthew, because I know that I am in Southern and Grambling land, said, "Why don't you bring other choirs? Why don't you, make it, just not Alcorn?" I said, "Fine, say less." So in 2021, we brought Grambling and Southern. 2021, we brought Grambling and Southern. And then it was 2020 because we had the concert and then immediately after the concert, the pandemic happened.
Oh, okay.
So it was 2018, 2019, and 2020. And after the post-pandemic, we had another one in 2023. And that's when we brought Dr. Harper at the time, because they had another director in 2020. And Dr. Harper came in 2023. So that's the last time that we've had this event, is where we at St. Matthew, we celebrate our Black history. And this was or is the culmination of Black History Month for St. Matthew Baptist Church, an evening of spirituals.
Okay. All right. Dr. Cash, you can go ahead and introduce yourself if you don't mind, sir.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you.
Well, good evening. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm Brandon Cash, Director of Core Activities at the Mississippi Valley State University. So I'm glad to be here this evening.
All right. We're glad you're here as well. Let me ask you guys something. As choir directors, what does it mean to prepare your students to perform spirituals on stage? That's for anyone of you guys. Anybody can jump in. Can you hear me?
I mean, it means a lot. I
Okay.
think that when you consider the HBCU, it's a responsibility for us to preserve our heritage. And we must do our music, and we must do our music well, and we must tell our own story. So the experience of the enslaved people is history, it's American history. And it's important that people understand the story and they never forget that we come from a resilient people, a strong people, and that we stand on those shoulders. So we don't only perform spirituals, Negro spirituals, but we perform everything. But the Negro spiritual is definitely the center, I think, of HBCU choral music.
Okay.
And so I'll continue that conversation. Someone asks, you're at a historical Black college. I said, well, one of my jobs is as a director is to, if anybody's not doing it, then the historical Black colleges and universities are the ones to hone on to the spiritual, continue the legacy. Like Dr. Harper said, we do other music, such as the European canon of the classical music. But if anybody else is not doing the spiritual, we should be the one to continue the legacy of the spiritual going and to keep it alive. Some of these spirituals that you probably will hear will be some marginalized voices that you may have not heard before from the Black experience. And so we hope that from the collective of my wonderful colleagues that you'll be able to experience a journey down history.
Yes, I also agree with that as well. I was telling somebody, I actually had my students perform for a class today because we have not had any performance opportunities. And they asked about the importance of spirituals. And like I said, especially HBCUs, it's important for us, like they said, to cultivate the spirituals, but we're also diverse enough to perform any genre of music. And that's what makes us more distinct and more stand out when it comes to music in general.
I just to piggyback on that, I know it was extremely important for me when I was at Southern, and I think I remember my very first, and that's been a couple of moons ago, my very first, Black history performance on a college campus at Southern, and as crazy as it may seem, it was extremely powerful to hear the Southern choir sing some of the spirituals and the meaning behind it, and I still remember it to this day. I definitely do. What makes collaboration? I know you hit it a little bit earlier there, Charles, but I want to dive a little bit deeper in what makes it really important to really collaborate between the other, because we have our spirit amongst each other, but why is it so important that you guys collaborate together?
Well, I'll say this: it's HBCU pride. Yeah, we all come from our walks of life, of where we graduated from, be it at a HBCU or not at an HBCU. But currently, all of us are teaching at HBCU, and so I tell my students, I'm always learning from my colleagues. I'm learning from their students, so I think it's always a good time because Mississippi is several hours away from Louisiana. I don't get to hear them all the time. Luckily, in the state of Mississippi, we do have an annual HBC Choir Festival, which is usually held in November. But unfortunately, that was canceled this year, so we did not get to have that. And so my students were really excited to get to collaborate again with Gramblin's Choir and get to collaborate again with Alcorn's Choir. So this is just always an experience, and it's always funny that we always end up in the same place for some reason at the same time. But it's just, we love it. I mean, we love it. I think the students love it. My students, and I'm pretty sure their students have friends in the choir that they talk to daily, so they're always looking forward to having these collaborations together.
Mm-hmm.
And to piggyback off of that, I love the collaboration aspect because everything can get so competitive. Everybody can be, it can feel like you're always against others, but it's not. Like, I love the fact that all of us are teaching choral music to students that look like us because they need the exposure. Of course, like, when it's football season, they all about, it's going to be all corners, it's going to be Valley, it's going to be Grambling. But when it comes down to it, I love the fact that all of us are striving to expose our students to core music, not just the spirituals, but like we said, all the different genres of music.
Okay. All right.
And I'll just say it's like a family reunion for us. And the beautiful thing about these amazing directors here alongside of me, we are all HBCU graduates. So
Yes.
we preserve it because we experience it. We know it like the back of our head. So
Yeah.
we come committed, and it's a different type of love because I know what we do is not easy, but it's a labor of love. And we get up every day and we continue it.
And y'all continue it. I hear
And
you.
it's almost like homecoming for the choir,
Uh-huh.
our annual homecoming event to see the annual choir. So we are grateful that Mr. Tucker has put this on because, I mean, we don't get to have these events all the time. And so I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to get exposure also for those students that maybe wanted to come to a historical Black college or university and not understand the experiences of what that entails. When I went to Hampton, I just didn't see excellent Black people like that until I got to Hampton. And so that has cultivated me over the years to continue that legacy here in Mississippi at another historical Black college and university.
I hear you. I hear you. What leading up to this event, what is a rehearsal look? What tell me what is a rehearsals look like over the last couple of weeks or whatever coming up to this event?
Well, I'll go first. We have been off for an entire week due to the snow. And I'm pretty sure Dr. Alexander probably has as well. So it's been a little difficult for us over the last week and a half, but we have preserved, and I've had to call a few extra rehearsals. As you can see, I'm still in my office, so that means I'm probably just getting out of rehearsal, getting out some type of meeting. And so, but it's fine. I used to talk to my mentors about, as they would call it, burning the midnight oil. And so this is what I'm doing, burning the midnight oil, trying to get ready for a performance. But this is the part that I love. It may be tenuous, it may be strenuous and stressful, but at the end of the day, I think all of our students, regardless if we've had enough practice, and at the end of the day, we never have enough practice. We could always use another hour or 2 minutes or 3 minutes to perfect something. And I told them nobody's really perfect but God. But at the end of the day, we're going to try to, as Undine Smith was striving for perfection, we're going to try to do our best to strive for perfection. So.
Yeah, I can agree with that too. Like you said, we've dealt with the weather, and then we had another little mishap a couple of weeks ago. I think Grambling has endured the same thing where we had a little bomb threat or something of the nature. So we were out of school for that. I feel like it's just been hit or miss since the semester started. And then two, for me, I'm actually just now getting back this semester. I was out on leave last semester, so this is my first time being around everybody all at once this semester. But when Mr. Tucker called me and said, we got to have this together. I said, I got a month to get 4 songs together. Let me see what I can do. But luckily, like he said, all of us have willing students that will definitely do what we need them to do. If we ask them, we give them the charge, they definitely come up to the task. And like I said, they look forward to like seeing the other choirs, seeing some of their friends, and just being able to collaborate together to make music. That's what it's all about for us. Like I told them, it's never a competition. All of us are just trying to expose you all and get you all to the next level.
I'm glad you guys pointed out about the ice storm that we had a week ago, because that was, and for the majority of you guys were impacted by it a lot. I know we dodged the bullet here in central Louisiana, but just north of us, just a little bit past Natchitoches or whatever, it really was bad. Just straight across the top of Louisiana. So we're glad. And early that morning, right before the ice storm hit, I remember getting a news report talking about the bomb threats going off at all, or the bomb or the threats, the potential threats that was hitting a bunch of the schools. So I could just only imagine what y'all were going through up there. Um, and the other thing that that's really important, I know you guys talked about the students collaborating, but for any of these choirs, the choirs around here in town, just to get an opportunity for them to actually see you guys performing at the next level, that's really also important. And I think that's you guys are being real true ambassadors for the colleges of arts and all that kind of good stuff by coming out and doing these kind of events. Um, so tomorrow when y'all get here, what's rehearsal and warm up gonna look like around 2, 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow? What's that gonna look like? I'm gonna try to make it over there and try to come sneak a peek and that kind of thing. But I'm just kind of curious. What's warm up like? Dr.
So we
Alexander, you go first. you
What is it gonna look like a normal day for us? Honestly, I'm just gonna try to get in there. We're gonna make use of the time that we're given.
Mhm.
It's gonna kind of look like I just want to finalize like the setup. For one, I want to see the venue because it helps me to know like the placement, the proper placement for everybody.
Mhm.
Get a sound check. It lets everybody know, what the sound is like. If anybody has a solo or not, so they can know how to project and just be in the space. It really helps for the overall performance aspect.
And so
Dr. Harper?
I'll say this. Oh, go ahead, Dr. Harper.
No. Go ahead, Dr. Cash.
Oh, no, I was going to say the same thing. Really, is just I tell my students, every space is different than the choir room, and so we just have to adjust ourselves to
Mhm.
that space, be it to be the church space, be it to be a big auditorium or performance arts center space. And so, like Dr. Alexander said, we just need to make sure we have time to adjust our space, and mainly spot check a few spots and just make sure that we're all, as I tell people, all on the same page as we get ready to do our performance. So yeah. But it's gonna be like a normal day, just in a more performance, more intentional about what we have to do with what's coming down the pipe.
Dr. Harper.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna start, I think, a little bit before we get there. My students have been off for a couple days. We just got back from a tour. We were in Atlanta, and we actually had a chance to do an exchange with Clark Atlanta's choir. So that felt like a homecoming as well and the family reunion. So they've been resting today, and so I won't. Tomorrow will be the first day that I've seen them since our tour, and we will get on our bus and we will head there and yeah, do what we do and we'll head back.
So y'all head back tomorrow night?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a turnaround.
It's just a turnaround. All right, I hear you.
And so for me, and I'm pretty sure all of them can attest, it's Mardi Gras season. So I have several students that are in the band, and so they
Correct.
leave out at 5 a.m. to head to New Orleans.
Yes.
So it's gonna be come sing, love him, God bless you, hallelujah. And we got to get on the bus to get folks back to get on another several more buses to head back to New Orleans, Louisiana.
Correct.
Back to New. So you had a logistics issue getting part of the choir here, because some of them are in New Orleans already,
No,
or
they don't leave. They'll leave Friday morning.
oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
all
So
right,
yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. I
Yeah.
see.
Luckily, it happened. It's
hear you.
happening that way this time. So yeah.
Yes.
Let me ask you this question here: when the final note is sung tomorrow night, what do you hope the folk that are in the venue walk away with, and how do you think they'll feel?
Surprisingly, we just talked about this yesterday. We just
Mhm.
want our music to it might be a testimony to somebody. It might just be an experience for somebody to, who may be going through. Like I always tell my students, everybody's battling something. Somebody's either at the beginning of the storm, in the middle of the storm, or after the storm. And
Hmm.
everybody can have a testament to what we're singing. And I think that's the whole aspect of all the spirituals. Honestly, they're sacred texts, and they have so many different meanings for all of us. So I think we just want the audience to really feel what we're trying to convey.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
I would say the same thing. We were working on something today, and unfortunately, one of my students lost a close family member this time last year.
Hmm.
And so, after, she kind of started to cry. So I was like, "You okay?" She said, "Well, Dr. Cass, is the songs and the words just hit a little different now."
Yeah.
And so, like, we just don't know what people are going through. I tell my students all the time, we just don't know. What you saying may just save somebody that night. And
Hmm.
so, it's not coming to be, yes, have fun, but we need to be intentional about what we're doing, because somebody may need that moment in time to really get what they need.
Yes.
All right. Dr. Hart?
I hope for a sense of just reflection, joy, um, amazing experience. I just want everybody to leave with a even higher and greater appreciation for Black excellence, for choral music,
Hmm.
for our institutions. That's what I hope.
One of the things that, I like to always say about, the arts, especially when it comes to music, and no matter what form of music, folk might be in, believe it or not, in my opinion, as a computer scientist, a lot of times we put a lot of emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and math and that kind of thing. But when we start to reach a lot of the young people today, it's through the arts that we actually get to them. And so, for that, we truly appreciate what you guys bring to the table, and that kind of thing. I think to even tap into this next generation right now, we need all of y'all on deck, especially y'all, because y'all can come up with the rhythms and all of that kind of good stuff to try to get their attention and everything.
I may get my hands slapped, but I also want to say this: who are maybe listening, support the choirs, just like, I mean, like you support the band, support the choirs, because we do need your financial support.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Many of us don't have budgets,
Hmm.
and so a lot of our money, it comes from fundraising,
Hmm.
and that can get very tedious when you're trying to just do the simple things as teaching the music. Many of us are administrators. We put the bus requests in. We get the hotels. So it's not just the singing aspect is the great part, but there's other
Yeah.
little linguistics and things that have to happen. And so all of us need your financial support. We love for you to talk, but we also love the money that walks. So please, we definitely could use your support, because many of us, like you said, do a lot of traveling, and a lot of that is personal fundraising that
Right.
happens. And so we love our bands, but sometimes we don't get the support as our marching bands do.
Mm.
So we're always left to figure it out on our own.
Yes.
And so I just want to know, people, if they ever want to donate to any of these choirs, great HBC choirs, to contact the director, see how you can help. $100, $200 goes a long way when you're trying to feed children and students that don't have anything.
Mhm.
And most of the times, I am personally or feeding my students, because I tell them, if the PWIs can do it, we can do it too. And so that's just been a personal thing of mine. I'm never going to let a student go without. If I have to do personal sacrifice my own self to make sure they have what they need.
Okay. All right. Charles, you want to run down everything what's planned for tomorrow, and if anybody have anything, because I think what you said, Dr. Cash, was very important. And there are tons of you know uh, not big profit centers within a university and whatever, and they do need the fundraising. And so if it's anybody out there that want to make a donation to any of these universities, you guys are saying, hey, just give us a call and we'll help process the payments. Get it routed to the right place so it'll be in a spot where you can use it at some point in time. And that's really important as well. But Charles, you have anything you want to say before we?
No, Jack, I just want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. I know that it's late and you guys have been working all day, but it's much appreciated that you guys joined us, especially at, kind of the last minute impromptu. But hey, we got it done. So I want to see everybody tomorrow night. The show starts at 6:30 p.m. If you got an early access ticket, you can come at 4:30 p.m. We'll have some vendors set up in the lobby, and there'll be enough seating for everyone to come. So bring your grandmother, your cousin, your uncle, your sisters, your brother. Bring everybody out to the Coughlin Saunders Performing Arts Center tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. You don't want to miss this event.
All right. As Charles just said, to our UrbanCast family out there tonight, tomorrow night's the night. The 5th annual Evening of Spirituals takes place Thursday, February the 12th at 6:30 p.m. at the Coughlin Saunders Performing Arts Center. Tickets are $20 now. Are there still some of the
They're very few.
Very few of the early passes that are still available, but give Charles a call. Go ahead and secure your seat because the seating is limited at Coughlin Saunders. So when they hit the capacity, it's done. So if there's still some seats out there and you need to get one, do it tonight. You can do it online. We also want to thank our partners, Sattler's Towing, Long's Products, Legendary Kung Fu, and Tai Chi United Wrestling, Nader International Market, and Threadhead Embroidery for supporting UrbanCast and community centered programming like we're doing now. Know the past, shape the future. That's the theme, right?
That's right.
All right, I'm Jack. This is UrbanCast, and we'll see you in the building tomorrow night. You guys, y'all have a great evening.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Safe travels, everybody.
I'm gonna sing to my Jesus, oh my Jesus, I'm gonna sing to my Jesus, oh my Jesus, I'm gonna sing to my Jesus, oh my Jesus, I'm gonna sing to Jesus, I'm gonna sing.
From the heart of the South, from campuses rooted in history, comes a sound of faith, endurance, and hope. Join us for the 5th annual Evening of Spirituals, featuring the powerful choirs of Peabody Magnet High School, Alcorn State University, Grambling State University, Mississippi Valley State University, and the Southern University Dance Ensemble. These are songs that carried our people through struggle after struggle, melodies that shaped generation after generation. Come and experience the HBCU excellence at the Coughlin Saunders Performing Arts Center, February the 12th at 6 p.m. Scan the QR code to purchase your tickets today or call 318-445-8634. St. Matthew Baptist Church, 5th Annual Evening of Spirituals.